Hi, guys. Welcome to April 13th through the 17th information. This is your kind of Monday class. I'm going to go over what is going to be due this week, and I just want to give you some information for this first group of slides, and then we're going to be kind of breaking it down as the week goes. So you're going to have some decisions to make this week. One of those is going to be what is your creative writing component going to be? Part of this presentation that you're going to do is you're going to take your topic, your theme, your idea, and do some creative writing with it. So we're going to look at this slideshow, and I'll go through it with you, and hopefully it'll clear some things up. But basically this week, you're going to be just kind of rough drafting what your creative stuff is. So today your goal is to go through and figure out what kind of creative writing do you want to do. Okay, what does creative writing mean in this situation? You're going to have 3 writing options. You're going to choose one, just one. So you're going to decide, do I want to write an informative essay about your theme or topic? We'll talk about that in a second. Do you want to write a creative short story that deals with your theme or topic? Or do you want to write some poetry? The next few slides are going to go through those, but remember, you're just going to pick one. And pick one that you feel the most comfortable with. Are you pretty literal and you want to write an informative essay? You have a lot of information and you really want to write that? Do you want to be creative and write a story that deals with your topic? Or was poetry something you really enjoyed doing and you want to keep going with that? This next slide, I have some options for examples. So there's a website that has some different examples for students that are about your age writing some similar things. So when you click on it, it will take you to a student example. Yours is not going to have to be just like this, but it gives you an idea of what a 5-paragraph theme looks like, or a 5-paragraph essay, how to do an informative, what it would kind of read like, expectation. So you can look at that. The next one is your narrative, which is your short story. So this one's called The Racist Warehouse. Her big overall topic was race. And so this is a short story that in the end deals with racism and her first encounter with that. So that would be an option for something to look at. The third one is a poetry example. This poem addresses domestic violence. So it was written actually by a senior, but I thought it was a good example from someone. It's not true to her life, but domestic violence was the topic, and then it gave an example of that. So it doesn't have to be, it can touch on your topic. It doesn't have to be straight word for word. And with the poetry, you can write different versions of that. If you're looking at love, you can write about different kinds of love in your poems. If you're looking at racism, you can look at different types of racism in your poems. So there's some options there. First, with the informative essay, your goal this week, and I'm going to give you all throughout the week some prompts and things to use. If you're not doing an informative essay, don't worry about those. Those are only going to be for that. So with the informative essay, you're going to kind of do a 5-paragraph essay. Your introduction, your 3 big points, and then your conclusion. So we're going to put an outline on there for you. That outline is what's going to be due on Friday. So this week you're going to be working on the outline of your essay, okay? And that's going to be your homework grade, what you're going to be doing for this week. If you're doing the short story, you want to think about what is your topic, and maybe that has something to do with the conflict, what the character learns, what your theme is going to be about. For example, if your topic was love, you might want to talk about, or your story could be about a first love. Or if your topic was divorce, you could be writing from the perspective of a young child who watches her parents get divorced, or what that divorce does to her. So there are a lot of different ways you can go with a short story. By Friday, you're going to turn in a plot diagram. So what are you expecting the story to look like? Who are the main characters? What's going to be the turning point? So on Friday, you're not going to have your story written by any means, but you will turn in kind of a rough draft of that plot diagram. That will be your homework for this week. If you're doing the poems and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, hey, these poems are going to be easy, you are going to have to write 5. They should relate to your theme or topic, some way, shape, or form. I will expect, and we'll give you some parameters, that you use some figurative language, that you use a variety of poetic forms, that, like I said on here, you're not writing 5 haikus. It needs to be, maybe you're writing an ode like we did in class. Maybe you're writing one that actually uses rhyme and rhythm. Maybe you're using, like we talked about, anaphora, where each beginning, the I have a dream, that repeated phrase is something that goes throughout. So um, by Friday of this week, you're going to try and send me 2 rough drafts of your poems to see if you're on the right track, but you're eventually going to do 5 total. The next question a lot of students have at this point is, when is that going to be due, your final draft? This is something you're going to have the trimester to work on as well. The final draft isn't going to be due until the end of May. So what you're going to do with it, you're going to turn into us. Your rough draft will be homework grades, and then your final will be your summative grade, and then you're going to put a portion of that, either a poem or a portion of your creative story or a portion of your informative essay, onto that presentation. So this will be kind of your big final writing project. So your big goal for this week is to kind of figure out, all right, what kind of writing component am I going to do? What do I feel most comfortable with? And then by the end of the week, like I said, you're going to have some different assignments. So if you've chosen informative, then you are going to look for the informative slides. If you've chosen short story, then you're going to look at those slides. If you've chosen poetry, those. You don't have to do all of them. This is, you choose one option, you're kind of going to go down that road. So those will be included in Schoology. You'll be able to find those. Okay, so your goal this week is figure out what kind of creative writing you're going to do, and then we'll be sending out stuff for the rough draft. All right, have a great day.